Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen and BoredGamer channel update for October 2020, looking at what we've got to look forward to this month and what is going on in the Star Citizen universe, what content you can expect. Last month's winner of the ship giveaway for the Talon was Derek Schall. Congratulations to you, sir. Hein Drosser on the tweets won a rock as well. October's new giveaway is for a Mercury Star Runner. People seem to love that ship, like a lot, so I bought some for giveaways. I wonder if it's more popular than the Carrack, actually. Well, whatever. You just have to comment on any of my videos made during October to be in for a chance of winning that. Feel free to like, subscribe, and interact with the bell, because that helps me out and the channel out as well. So, what is happening in October in the world of Star Citizen? Well, there are a few things. Alpha 3.11 is coming out to live at some point, and at time of recording, it's in its PTU phase. The 3.11 patch isn't the most content-filled patch that we've had before, but it does have a lot of updates to the environment, stations, points of interest, quality of life updates. Combat with missiles has a big change, making them much less OP and more sensible. The removal of hard green zones around space stations and their destructible defenses now is going to lead to some interesting station assaults, but also is a big testing ground for how laws and defenses can be used to enforce gameplay rather than forced mechanics like no fire zones and things like that. Also, the new sort of security forces coming in based on the heat level, so the amount of criminals that are in that area and their criminal ratings, and sending more and more ships after them. I really like that. I think that's actually going to be pretty good as long as the servers don't implode because of too many ships everywhere. I'll be covering the patch as it evolves in the PTU, and as it goes to live, you can expect us to take a look at all the gameplay the new patch has to offer, and we will be expanding our guides and looking a bit more towards ship builds and how to make money with each of the individual roles and classes, what gameplay is available, how you do that gameplay, is it fun, all that sort of stuff. Assuming that the patch is stable enough for it to support that anyway. And then we'll maybe look at a bit of meta and PvP stuff. But various types of station attacks and security force fleet battles is something I very much want to do during this patch cycle. A big question I keep saying is something happening on the 10th of October instead of CitizenCon? So CitizenCon 2020, which was supposed to be on the 10th of October, was cancelled due to the global situation that we find ourselves in today. Yes, there is something happening on its grave though, but we don't have hard details yet. Don't expect anything near the scale of what CitizenCon was going to be. Maybe just a few little things instead. I'd expect to see Alpha 3.11 go live on the 10th with maybe a sale of the 100 series, maybe a few other ships. I'm hoping that we have a surprise ship, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. In 3.11, at the moment, there is a sort of Imperator voting propaganda set of posters that are everywhere for the 5 candidates. So what this is that Imperator elections, the elections for King of the Human World, the voting for that begins on the 10th of October in law. So it makes sense that that will be reflected in anything they do for the 10th of October. They're going to make it part of the same sort of thing. Are we going to be able to influence the vote and where the game sort of law goes by voting for an Imperator, however you pronounce that word? We could, maybe. We could also see some videos showcasing near-term gameplay, maybe a little teaser, an update, or something. We don't really know. I would expect some community posts and some competitions from Cloud Imperium. There have been some rumours of a new ship going to concept around this time as well. Maybe an RSI gunboat, the Odin is what people have been talking about. Maybe a Xi'an cargo ship or a mobile refinery ship. They're all possible, as to our other ships that potentially could go on concept. It's an interesting time with the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo coming up at the end of November. That's typically like the big boy sale and a big focus of what Cloud Imperium do. The thing with CitizenCon not being able to be on this year is that it sort of like means that they don't have their big on-stage presentation. Now, obviously they might do some little teasers, as I said earlier, but I don't think it's going to be anything near what they would have done for CitizenCon. And that goes with marketing as well. I did think, though, that we're going to start actually really pushing Squadron 42. But maybe that will start earlier next year now, sort of a push for that. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I am hoping that we see some bits on ships for the 10th, even if it's sort of ship updates or new ships, whatever. Will we see an in-game event? I'm hoping so. Something interesting happening in the game world would be great. I always hope that Cloud Imperium will put Xenothreat or the Arlington Gang missions in. because that would have capital ships and some cool stuff as an event. So maybe they will do something like that. We'll have to wait and see. I'll be covering the Imperator election stuff with a summary video soon, and there will be all sort of like my usual patch notes and features and roadmap videos, as well as news and too long didn't read. All the standard Star Citizen stuff that you've come to expect on the channel, that'll be there. But it should be better because Zinya's now making the edits. My editor, full-time working for me now. Woo! They're going to be making stuff look much better for your viewing pleasure. Not every video is going to be edited by Zin. I'm going to be doing a load myself as well, based on workload. It's going to be like if I need to get a video out really quickly and dirty, then it's going to be done by me. Because bam, 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 I can just put it out quickly. Zin is going to be a bit more flash. She's going to be slower than me because she's still learning exactly how I want everything done, or how she wants stuff done, I suppose, because she needs to start building a bit of character into her videos that she's confident with. But my editor is now working for me. They've been working for me for about a month, and they are preparing various Star Citizen content at the moment, as well as, that's a little teaser of something we've got planned. But also, we've been playing some other bits and working out how we want to do streams and gameplay stuff for Star Citizen and more. Realistically, she is a channel aide and a second, smarter, more competent board gamer. There is no Inside Star Citizen until the 22nd of October, so hopefully we're going to have some other stuff to fill the gap. A lot of my content is based on what they have for Inside Star Citizen. I'm hoping that we see a pillar talk for 3.11, going over some of the major trials and tribulations of that patch, and probably 3.10 at the same time, because they didn't have a pillar talk for 3.10. Hopefully Chris Roberts will be filming that, or be part of that. The new roadmaps for Squadron 42 and Persistent Universe, they should be coming online at some point in the next few weeks. I'm hoping that's in October. Cloud Imperium have been very good with forum and spectrum communication recently, but they need to get on top of sharing development plans and features in the short, medium and long term with their roadmaps. And as I said, maybe getting Chris Roberts a little bit more interacty is a good idea. He did recently talk a lot on lots of posts on Spectrum, which is very good. But if we see him in a video, that would be great. We're going to have the monthly report for Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe, and that should be within the next week or so. That'll be good. Elite Dangerous and Squadrons for Star Wars is... So these games are on my radar for content as well, although I just looked at the Steam reviews for Star Wars Squadrons, and it was like at 50%, 55% maybe, which is pretty bad. That suggests to me that either the game is just bad or buggy currently. I suspect that it's what my original fear was because of the small testing group, or at least I didn't hear much about its testing, so I suspect it hasn't been balanced particularly well, and a lot of technical problems are there. So I'd expect the gameplay to be basic rock, paper, scissors when it comes to PvP, with the classes of ships that you can choose. Not much customization there, but some. And then clearly there's going to be a build or a ship class that is just so OP compared to the others that you're like, well, this is much better for me, my team, and for taking other ships out. Why would I go for anything else? So I suspect that there's a lot of that at the moment, not particularly well balanced, and probably lots of performance issues, technical issues. That's just my expectation there. And once that's in a bit of a better state, and I see its score rise, I'll do some research to see what's going on with that, but then I'll play it when it's in a better state to play, I think. Elite Dangerous is looking good, and with some of its updates, I think walking on planets and stations will do really well for the game. Certainly something I'm going to be checking out, even if it's just to do comparisons with Star Citizen. I can play more than one game and more than one space game. I might even go back to EVE at some point as well. I love those kind of games, though I don't find No Man's Sky sort of thing hold my attention very well, because I want a more difficult PvE co-op experience with that as well, and I just don't think the difficulty's there for what I want, or at least the gameplay for what I want isn't there. And it's hard to explain what I want, to be honest. Star Citizen PC build stuff. So as some of you might know, that I'm building a new Star Citizen rig using a GeForce 3080, and basically that's going to be started properly in the next few weeks. I'm holding out for a new Ryzen motherboard when they come out, hopefully in October. The idea is to build a system that's going to be for playing Star Citizen and doing my content creation stuff on, so recording and editing, but it's going to be sensible and repeatable for a build with its hardware options. So I'm not getting a 3090 or two 3090s because they're the best. I'm getting a 3080. It's a much better price point and suitable for my 4K needs. I want someone else to go, that was a solid, affordable build, I might get that, or change a couple of bits in that. And I want to be able to talk about the hardware in very basic terms, like this is the sort of area that you might bottleneck, and this is the sort of thing that you might want to get, and you could change this for this, and it will be cheaper, and all that sort of stuff. I'll be getting a video out or something on that build, talking about it a bit more soon, for sure. A special thank you to Azatec for helping me with some of this. They make, or at least have been involved in making, my favourite CPU coolers over many years now, and I will be using their products in my build. Health and family stuff. So as many of you know, I suffer from anxiety and sort of some depression occasionally. It's been up and down over the last 3 months, but mostly just me being a bit tired. Waiting to get some blood tests at the moment because I've had liver problems previously, and then everything went into lockdown, and I need to take my cholesterol and stuff like that. But I'm doing okay. I've lost weight, I feel pretty good, if a little lazy moving into October, so I'm hoping to get some more motivation back soon. Getting Zin's pay, pension and basic work schedule all sorted has alleviated a lot of my stress, although we are still finding our feet and probably will be through the rest of 2020. My dad has just gone through some radiotherapy and is actually doing extremely well. Thank you so much for all the kind messages and thoughts for that. It's clearly helped somehow, even if it's just been emotional support. That is genuinely incredibly appreciated. Anyone that is suffering in lockdown as well, anyone that is sort of like anxious or depressed or whatever, know that you're not alone. Feel free to reach out. If you're doing really well yourself, great. Reach out to someone else, say hello, make sure they're staying sane, sort of thing. I think it's always good to reach out a hand, even if it's just to go, hey, how you doing? Crazy times we live in, eh? Talking of support, there is a good amount of folks that support the channel via Patreon or becoming a YouTube member via that join button down below, or even donating. That's been a genuine godsend during the lockdown and allowed me the freedom to not worry about making a living. So thank you so much for that. If you want to further support the channel, then links to that are below, and consider it if you want to go the extra mile. Genuinely appreciated. We do have exclusive content coming out more regularly for those people as well now, and you're going to be able to be much more involved in where the channel sort of goes and progresses to, and some of the content, and you'll be able to help vote on that and all that sort of stuff. A special thank you to Sergeant Eversman, or Sarge 3v3, Huntress, Cope, CDT, Michael Ike, Mars Harding, Andy Green, Plastic, Dalamars, Havoc Gaming, Pixie, The Steampunk Devil, Julian Pace, Shite, and Mantis. Thank you so much, especially you, Sarge. You've helped a ridiculous amount. You can thank these people and Zinnia, and potentially me to some degree, for October's content, such as it is. I get to play games and talk about Star Citizen to a community I love. Thank you. I'm going to be shilling for Shadow again very soon, as they have their waiting times down to a level which is, I think, reasonable now, within a month or so. Which that's certainly doable. Basically, if you're looking for an alternative to owning a gaming PC, then their cloud gaming service is awesome. It just gives you access to a Windows 10 PC remotely, and you can do what you want with it, which is awesome with an extent. But yeah, it's basically for gaming, and you can leverage their internet connection even, so you can download stuff onto their servers or stream stuff from there to your PC. Yeah. I absolutely love it. I use it for lots of different things, and it's very suitable for Star Citizen. Links below for that, for a discount. I've just realised that I'm shilling from them, aren't I? Yeah, I really would love to hear from you if you've got any ideas for videos that you want to see, stuff you want me to check out for 3.11, 3.12, questions that you want to ask Cloud Imperium, because I'm going to be poking them a lot more, especially now that I've got a bit more time to do that with Zin working for me. If you'd like to see me and Zin play a particular game, if you want us to stream something, if you want us to organise an in-game event, whatever. Well, yeah, whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a Star Citizen ship giveaway. For October 2020, it is for a Mercury Star Runner. This highly anticipated multi-role ship is going to be great for small to medium-sized crews that want to do a bit of everything, whether that be cargo running, data running, missions, combat, smuggling, all that sort of jazz. And it's going to be in-game and flyable very soon. All you've got to do to be in for a chance of winning one is comment on any of my videos made during October, including this one. More details down below. What am I shilling for today, I hear you ask? Do you hate it when people steal all of your money and your house over the internet? I know I do. NordVPN may have been invented by wizards to help protect your personal data from the prying eyes of the dark web, a sinister cabal of technomancers that grow in power the more they know about your browsing habits. The true story of NordVPN's origins are unknown and lost to the ages, and without using facts, no one really knows how it provides more accessibility to otherwise censored websites or a safer security experience for all that use it. All I know is that it does, and that when you sign up to it, the power level of my bank account grows, and I use it, and maybe you should too.